Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us today as we start moving into the video world as coronavirus 2020 is here. Looks like it's here to stay a little bit longer. What we're trying to do is branch out into the world of video, make sure we can see you guys and you can see us and see a little bit about who you're doing business with. Today's meeting and update that we're doing is regarding some of the changes in the disability insurance marketplace, in particular Principal Financial with what they're doing that's differentiating themselves from some of the other carriers out there. Also with us today is Mike Fecco. He's our brokerage consultant out of Virginia. He'll be here to add some insight and share some of where he's having success with advisors out there. So without further ado, I'd like to transfer the meeting over to Josh Potman to talk about some of those changes with Principal.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks for having me on today. Well, with Principal, we have four, I would say, major updates. And in light of COVID, it's very interesting because the disability market is really booming. What we're finding actually is many advisors and many consumers recognize the importance of income protection, but it's become a lot more real. So the need for the coverage and recognition for the need for the coverage has really increased our business flow. So in order to support that flow, we have four significant enhancements. And first and foremost is Principal has updated the issue limits. Previously at $20,000 a month, we're now issuing coverage up to $35,000 a month. So as you can imagine, this is for the highest earners. Generally speaking, those individuals that are earning between $600,000 and $1 million a year, where they do not actually have to secure two separate disability policies. They can go through underwriting once, apply once, and be issued one policy. Now, again, for as much as $35,000 a month in benefit. The next update that we're seeing is relaxation of the benefit update guidelines. And what that really is existing policies have what we call future purchase options tied to those policies. So in light of some of the challenges, whether it be insureds unable to access the mail or unable to maybe activate the increase because of other personal challenges in life, Principal has made the decision to maintain the benefit update rider on the policy, even if the current insured doesn't acknowledge it. So part of the process is acknowledging the benefit update rider. So that's to the insured's advantage. And another update we've made is allowing policies to be written with benefit update if they only secure up to 50% of the maximum allowable benefit. So it's essentially liberalizing the underwriting requirements to not only get benefit update rider, but to also keep it on the policy. The third major update that we are doing right now is it's really changing the way that we underwrite policies. We're using human API to secure medical records. And traditionally, full underwriting, the larger policies would require an underwriter to request attending physician records. Through a vendor, we would secure medical records. That process can sometimes take between 2 weeks to 2 months just to secure the records before we can actually make an underwriting decision. By using technology, specifically human API, we're able to have the applicant grant access to their medical records through the cloud, ultimately turning a 2-week process into, in reality, a 2-minute process. So we can review medical records quicker, and we can ultimately make a decision much quicker to get coverage issued. And last but not least, maybe perhaps our biggest enhancement is we recognize that there are some challenges with getting medical exams and labs, whether it be applicants don't want a vendor in their house, or the medical community is focusing on patient care and can't really execute the request for the labs and exams. So Principal has liberalized that, where insureds, regardless of age, can apply for coverage up to certain thresholds without requiring measurements or even labs. And as you'll see, it's up to $10,000 a month for disability income coverage, up to $25,000 a month for business overhead expense coverage, and up to $1 million for disability buyout and key person replacement policies. So when we take a look at those 4 updates in aggregate, I can honestly say it may be the most efficient time to secure income protection coverage. In light of the challenges, it's actually perhaps the biggest opportunity to write cases today. I'm going to kick it back to you, Brad.
And thanks, Josh. And I think where we've seen some of that already playing to role is a combination of this and that benefit update. So an individual that might qualify for $20,000 of monthly benefit, this is a way for them to possibly eventually get that $20,000 a month without having to go through labs and all that intensive underwriting, because what they essentially can do is apply for that $10,000 of monthly benefit, and then at a point later down the road, they can then exercise that benefit update and go up to the $20,000. All this being done without labs, and that's something we haven't seen in the marketplace. And I think that's really something that's progressive that Principal's doing that we aren't really seeing a whole lot of other carriers do. Mike, now I know you're talking to a lot of brokers on a daily basis. What do you think is the most tried and true thing out there? Where do you see most advisors having success with disability insurance?
Well, Brad, Josh. You know, all of our valued sales partners, our brokers, our agents, our advisors, and our consultants. I think what they've seen is the importance of income, of people's income, because a lot of plans, investment plans, financial plans, and all other types of plans are based in someone's income. And particularly with this pandemic, we're learning how important that income is, how important it is to maintain that income. And we're learning a lot about the risks of losing that income and how it can disrupt plans. And I think what I like to tell our sales partners is, how we have solutions that could mitigate those risks, particularly with regard to the loss of income due to disability. And the other thing I like to let our sales partners know is our intense expertise and knowledge in the disability field, and and our ability to give a detailed review of a client's disability coverage, and come back to our sales partner and let them know, where are they covered, where they're covered, and where there might be some risks that we need to provide solutions for, and we can provide those solutions.
That's great, Mike. Yeah, and I mean, I think what a lot of people don't realize is the group coverage isn't going to be something that's going to cover everything for an individual. There's a lot of gaps and limitations in those policies. And again, as Mike said, the review seems to be the common denominator to success here with the disability insurance. It's having those conversations with your clients. If you don't bring it up, they're never going to bring it up. And if you're looking for these opportunities, they're not going to happen until you bring it up. As a financial advisor, clients aren't looking to opening up IRAs. They're not looking to talk about retirement. The only reason they're talking about it with you is because you brought it up first. And it's the same that holds true with disability insurance. Until it's brought up and recognized and talked about, no one's going to really talk about it, and they're going to keep it to the side. Anyways, just a short wrap up here. I hope everyone enjoyed our first little venture into this video marketplace. I think we're going to continue to do this going forward, inviting carrier partners to come out, talk about different products, different sales ideas to help you in your business. So thank you very much.